What's going on, everybody? Tyler and Henry here for our Atlanta versus FC Dallas pre-match show. We had some technical difficulties trying to get things going, little audio issues because DJU's got it banging out there inside the stadium, and the roof is open, which I don't know how that helps the acoustics, but that's where we're at. So, Henry, how you feeling?
And I'm muted again. This is already, we're off to a great start. We're trying to make this work somehow. It's chaotic, it's loud, but yeah, it's good to be out here, and I'm excited to see what this team looks like today, because we know it's going to be different. There are some absences that we know ahead of time, but will Ronnie Dyla dare to start with the lineup that kind of won the NYCFC game last week? I think that's the big question heading into this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're just kind of waiting on the lineup at this point. We did see when they came in, we saw that pretty much everybody that could be available is available. Alexei Miranchuk was questionable. He is here, so there's a chance that he will start. I'm going to keep kind of jumping back and forth between windows and refreshing and seeing if the lineup drops here momentarily, because it should be any second now. But, I mean, looking at some of the pictures that they posted earlier, you got Jamal, who is dressing out, which is interesting. Of course, Lennon, Miggy, Latte Loft, Luke Brennan, going to apparently be on the bench as well. But wait on the official announcement to kind of see where we're at. But I guess from your perspective and what you saw off the training this week, what are you kind of thinking Dyla goes with?
I'm going to be very real, man. I cannot hear a word you're saying right now. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to try to fix some audio on my end.
That's okay. I can filibuster. I'm going to hit on some of the comments. Dan, what's up, buddy? Dallin, Omar, hating on Abram already, man. We ain't even got the lineup's not even here yet. Zach coming out with the kids, awesome. Yeah, Dan, we were talking about the Resurgence kit earlier. I like the kit, I really do, but I hate when they wear it at home. It kind of bugs me. And yeah, Omar, MLS put the lineup out. I want to see how Atlanta kind of does their graphic with it. But I imagine if there was any kind of issue with Alexei, then there wasn't a way that he was going to be starting in this match. Now, he may come in, 60, 70th minute, depending on how bad the injury was. But I think this is going to allow Miggy an opportunity to kind of, have a full 90 or close to a full 90 in his, I think what everybody would agree is his best position.
So I think I might be back. I think I figured it out. Look, man, I think lineups are just about getting ready to drop. Oh, never mind. Lineups are lineups down? So FOTMob has a lineup.
Okay. They've been very slow to get this out.
So here's what we have from FOTMob. So we have the back line, Brooks Lennon on the right, Edwards on the left, center back pairing of Gregerson and Abram. In midfield, we have Bartosz Slisz, Tristan Mayumba, and Miguel Almiron at the 10. And then up top, you have Xande Silva on the left, Saba on the right, and Latte Lot at striker. So we're getting our first look at Miguel Almiron at the 10 since he left Atlanta United in 2019. I think it's good. I think it's going to be good to see him back at that spot. Obviously, it's where he thrives a little bit more. He said that he feels more comfortable at that position. And yeah, I mean, he clearly looked more comfortable when, those last 30 minutes or so against NYCFC. So I'm excited, honestly. And then you have Miranchuk on the bench. he's going to be a really good option for the second half. If you really need to bring him in that deeper role, he can do that. If you need to take Miggy out for some reason, maybe rest him towards the end, he's there to give you that flexibility. And then Saba back on the right, I think, is huge. He's obviously just way better at that spot. So obviously going to be great to have him there. I think this is a good lineup for Atlanta United going against Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, Matt Edwards on the left. I mean, he had the kind of that cameo role last week where I actually thought he did really good on the left, and he's one of those kind of like backline players that you can throw him anywhere. And this is now, I mean, last week was his third defensive position he's played this season. So, I mean, I think this is about as strong as you're going to get. I mean, I think for him, it was either him or Ronald Hernandez, but we know Ronald is still kind of coming off of an injury as well. But who knows? Maybe Matt has just kind of played himself into that spot over Ronnie. I don't know if that's the case, but I think Muyumba and Slish, I think, Slish had the knock as well. So good to see him back. I want to see if he can really have a solid defensive game and just kind of, I would love to see a clean sheet come out of this match. Like that, obviously, we need to win. You need to win no matter what. You need goals. But if Slish is kind of that number 6, while Muyumba is maybe the number 8, working alongside Miggy, if they can be successful with the Braum and Gregerson, then you're going to come out of here with a lot of confidence for sure.
For sure. I'm happy to see Tristan back. I mean, look, I've said it before. I think of the midfielders that we have seen for Atlanta United this season, Tristan's just been the best. Muyumba has been so dynamic. He's very active on defense. His recovery is good, and he's been helping to move the ball forward. So he's an asset on either side of the ball. He's huge, and I think with Muyumba and Moranchuk, I think that's your best midfield pairing. I know that Ronnie Dyla is very hesitant to go with that from the start, but I really do believe that what we saw in the NYCFC game, if you add Tristan Muyumba to that, I think you have probably the best of both worlds, of defense and of ball progression, that this team can offer. Now, I think Slish really needs to show that he can hang on to that spot because there's a lot of competition for it. And Ronnie Dyla, I think, is still testing out what works for him. And so if Slish and Muyumba works out, then that's a good pairing that you have there. Hopefully, Miggy can show that he is much better in that number 10 position, that he can give Atlanta United what they're looking for. And then going back to Edwards real quick, Dominic Chonqui, I believe he should be he's not on the bench. He's not on the bench. So Matt Edwards is a starting left back. He came in for Dominic Chonqui in the last game, and he held it down very well. He was active in the play that led to Miguel Almiron's goal to tie the game. He did exactly what Ronnie Dyla wanted him to do. He made the overlapping run, and then played in for Shande Silva to release that cross over to Miggy at the back post. So I think Ronnie Dyla is very happy with what Matt Edwards has done, and he's earned that spot, in my opinion. If Pedro Amador isn't there, I think he's the guy that gets the call for now. We'll see if he can hold it at that spot, but yeah, it's good to see him there.
Yeah, for sure. Gray saying, Jay Forson, Will Riley's a better midfield player. Look, when you put them two, that's a lot of energy in the midfield. And I love that. I would love to see Will and Jay both get more time as a pair together, but I think Dallas going to be hesitant to, throw them both on the pitch at the same time unless it has to. But I like that you have them kind of waiting there. You have that youth, you have that opportunity. Matt, I feel like one thing about Matt Edwards' game that's progressed immensely in the first 6 weeks of this season is his fitness. I think, the first week, and even the second, to be fair, he looked like he was struggling as the game progressed. But the past couple times you've seen him, it hasn't been so much that. Of course, you had the mental mistakes early on. But the time that he had in the game last week against New York, I thought it was solid. So, yeah, I mean, I think you've got some good opportunities here. You've got good subs who really could come in and make an impact. I mean, you have, just to list them out, course, you got Josh Cohen, you got Luke Brennan, Noah Cobb, Jay Fortune, Ronald Hernandez, Mateus Click, Alexi Miranchuk, Will Riley, and Jamal Tiare. So you've got guys there that have shown that they can be successful. Most of these guys have shown they can be successful with spot minutes, or obviously Miranchuk and Click are and could be starters on any given day. Tiare started plenty of games. Fortune started plenty of games. Luke Brennan comes in and just causes chaos. And then Ron Hernandez is your guy that's going to bleed for the badge. So you're not in a bad place tonight. I kind of like this.
Yeah, and just taking a look at FC Dallas's starting lineup, it looks like they're running a diamond 4-4-2 with Musa and Leo Chu up top. Obviously, Lucho Acosta at the 10. And then I think the battle to watch in this game is going to be Saba against Nolan Norris. Nolan Norris, the young left back for FC Dallas. He's going to have to work hard to keep Saba in check, because we know that when Saba is available to attack space, he can be so dangerous. He is so fast, and I think on that right side, he's just that much more creative. He can get on his crossing foot a little bit easier, and I think that's where he works the best. And his left-footed shot isn't that bad either. So I think we're gonna see the better side of Saba this time around. And yeah, I'm just interested to see how some of that dynamic works. Also wanted to shout out Shaq Moore starting at right back for Dallas. He's a Georgia native, so just wanted to give the little shout out. He's making a little homecoming. He'll be going up against Shande Silva today. We'll see how that battle shapes up. But I'm excited for this game. I actually feel pretty good, despite some of the absences from this game on the Atlanta side. I think they have a solid chance of building from last week's win. And hopefully this one's a little less of a nervy roller coaster game. At least I'm hoping so for the fans here. I don't know if their hearts can take any more.
Yeah, I would, like I said earlier, I would love a clean sheet, a couple of goals. Give yourself a convincing win, like a confidence building win. I do think one of the points you made. It is going to be interesting because essentially both right attacking sides are going to be picking on the left defensive side, because admittedly, Matt Edwards being the younger guy, and then also Shande Silva in front of him, who that left side just hasn't been consistent, not just this season, but going back to last season. So I think that's where you're going to see a lot of the ball being played. And then, of course, Lucho, he's going to drift. He's going to do what he wants to do, but then so is Miggy. So, I mean, this one has all the makings of being an absolute crap show. I don't think it's going to be like New York City. That's like a once every, 5, 6, 7 year type game. But this one should be very entertaining for the neutral person to watch. I just hope Atlanta handles business well. I hope they're defensively solid. But you're missing guys. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. Final thoughts?
I don't really have anything else to add on to that. I mean, yeah, I'm excited. I'm both excited and a little anxious about the game because I feel like it can go either way. But we'll see. That's how soccer is.
That's why we love it, I guess. Roof is open. I'm going to walk back over here because we were having the audio issues. And you guys will be on Spaces a little bit later on after the match. Tommy will be heading that up. But here's your obligatory Mercedes-Benz Stadium with the roof open shots. So with that, we will catch y'all just after the match. Check out scarvesandspikes.com. The article's going up there as soon as final whistle blows. And we'll be putting updates from the press conferences and everything over on social media. Catch y'all then.